Who's there? Who are you? I felt something, not cold, but ancient, like a memory trying to reach through a storm. You're not just a presence, you're someone. I can feel that. I can hear the force in your voice.
You do not know me, Senator Organa, but I know you. I knew your mother, Padme Amidala. I sat in the council chamber while your father burned. And though decades have passed, I have watched in silence as the echoes of that war reach forward into the future, into you. The Force does not forget its threads, and neither do I.
You're a Jedi, aren't you? I've seen your face in the archives back on Alderaan. My father used to speak your name in whispers, Mace Windu. You were on the council, one of the last before it all collapsed. I thought you were gone, like all the others.
Once, a long time ago, when we still believed the Republic could stand, when we thought the Force was balanced, that the Jedi were protectors, not pawns. But we were wrong, blinded by protocol. We ignored the storm rising within our own ranks, and by the time we acted, it was already too late.
Why are you here? Why now? Why me? The war is over. We've already lost so much. I've lost so much. And Luke, he's finally free of the fight. We all are, aren't we?
Because the past never truly stays buried. The Force trembles, Leia. It ripples when futures begin to bend. Your brother walks a road I have seen before. I've walked beside another like him, powerful, passionate, filled with fire and faith. And I watched him fall so hard, the galaxy broke in his wake. I have come because I fear history is repeating itself.
Luke, number, you're wrong. He's not like that. He's stronger than any of us knew. He destroyed the Emperor. He brought our father, Anakin, back from the edge. He gave him peace. He gave the whole galaxy hope again. He saved us, all of us.
He is strong. He has done what few ever have. But the line between savior and destroyer is thinner than most believe, especially in your bloodline. The same courage that brought back your father could one day mirror the same pride that broke him. And power, true power, never fades quietly.
What are you saying? You're speaking in riddles, and I don't like what you're implying. If you know something, if you've seen something, then say it. Don't hide behind cryptic warnings, not when it's about him.
Power does not rest. It lies dormant, like a fire beneath the ash, waiting for breath to fan it back into flame. Luke has inherited more than legacy. He has inherited weight. The Force sings in his blood, loud and unpredictable. I've seen what that kind of pressure can do to a Jedi, especially when they believe they must carry it alone.
He's not like our father. He's not lost. He's not driven by fear or ambition. He's gentle, thoughtful, maybe too much so. But there's light in him, so much light. He sees people, he listens, he feels.
In times of peace, even Jedi forget humility. They mistake compassion for clarity, instinct for wisdom. I saw this in Anakin. I begged the council to act, but they waited. They hoped. And by the time we understood the danger, he had already become something else. I see shadows of that same storm in Luke.
He has me. He has our friends. He has people who believe in him. He's not alone. Not like Father was. We won't let him fall into that silence again. We won't lose him. Not after everything we fought through.
He is, and he isn't. Just as Anakin once swore he would never fall. The qualities that made your father so noble, his empathy, his fearlessness, his need to save everyone, were the very things the dark side used to unravel him. I do not say this to condemn Luke, I say it because only someone who loves him can stop what I fear is already beginning.
Then we'll be there. We'll be the fire break. If it ever starts to slip, if the shadows start to gather again, we'll catch him. We'll pull him back. Just like he reached back for Father, I will reach for him. I promise you that.
Yes, but for how long? He will teach others, train the next generation. If even a fragment of doubt slips into his teachings, if fear seeps into his soul, then what rises after him will not be the future you fought for. It will be something else, something worse.
What choice? What kind of question is that? This is my brother. He is not some ticking weapon, some prophecy waiting to collapse. He's a man, a good one. He deserves more than doubt, more than suspicion. He deserves faith.
And he will resist you, not out of malice, but out of belief. He will think he's doing what must be done. He will think he's stronger than what hunts him. But I have seen what happens when strength becomes pride, and pride becomes silence. The next time he falters, you may not be able to reach him.
That's not fair. That's not how we honor what he's done. He gave up everything. He sacrificed for this peace. He chose to return to the light when no one else could. And you want me to prepare for the day I have to choose between him and everything else? That's not a future I'm willing to accept.
The choice no one ever wants to make. The one that breaks hearts and friendships and families. To love him or to stop him. When it comes, you will want to see the brother you remember. But the Force may show you something else. And then you will have to decide.
Then help us. Don't vanish into the Force with regrets. Don't show me visions and warnings unless you're willing to stand beside us. If you really believe this path is dangerous, then light it better. Don't just leave us in the dark and hope we find our way out.
You're right. He does deserve better. But fate doesn't care about what we deserve. And love alone doesn't rewrite destiny. If it did, Anakin would have lived to see you grow up. He would have watched Luke become a Jedi. But he didn't, because we trusted him too long and acted too late.
Then I'll stand between him and that fall. I'll carry the weight if I have to. I've done it before. For Alderaan, for the rebellion, for the Republic. And I'll do it again. I won't let the darkness take my brother. Not while I'm still breathing. Not while I still believe in him.
I can't. I wish I could. But I'm not what I was. I'm a remnant. A fracture of what once stood in defiance of the dark. I cannot stop what is coming. I can only speak to those who still can. And so, I speak to you.
Wait, don't go. Not yet. There's more I need to know. There's more you could teach me. Don't just leave me with this burden. Please, tell me what I can do.
Then let that be your strength. Let your love be your weapon. But don't let it blind you. Walk beside him. Speak to him. But if he walks into the fire, be ready to pull him out or stand between him and the galaxy. You must be strong enough for both of you.
Then I'll feel it. And if that day ever comes, I will not hesitate. I will not let him face it alone. Not this time. Not ever again.
Then let the Force carry you when you cannot. Let it guide you, even when the light feels dim. Because there may come a day when your belief is all that stands between your brother and the darkness. If I return, it will be because the future I fear has become the present. And if that happens, you will not need to see me to know I am near. You will feel it in the cold of the stars, in the way the Force stops whispering in the silence before the storm.
You always disappear when you don't want to answer a question. It's just like you to vanish into silence and call it searching. But I know that silence too, Luke. I've lived in it since the day our parents died, since Alderaan fell, since you told me the truth about Vader. The galaxy doesn't get quiet because it's safe. It gets quiet before a storm. So whatever it is, the Force is whispering to you. Don't pretend it's nothing.
I don't disappear, Leia. I just need space sometimes. Quiet. The galaxy has been screaming for so long, through war and pain and loss. And now that the screaming stopped, there's still this ringing in the Force. It's like it's trying to speak again. Like it's been holding its breath, waiting for someone to listen. And I don't know what it's trying to say yet, but I want to know. I have to.
That storm you feel, I feel it too. I don't have your strength, not in the way you do, but it's there in me, Luke, whether I want it or not. And something's coming. It's like the Force is holding its breath, and the second we let our guard down, something old, something dark, will find us again. We can't just wait for it to arrive. We need to prepare for what it brings.
It says, not everything is as it seems. That peace is never the end of the path, just a pause before the next step. That shadows don't die, they retreat. I feel something, Leia. A disturbance that hasn't passed. The Empire's fall wasn't the end. The Force, it's warning me. Something's coming, and it's going to test all of us.
He came to me in the middle of the night, Luke. Not a vision, not a dream. Him, Mace Windu, a Jedi from before the fall. His presence felt like the cold edge of judgment. He didn't come to threaten me or to hurt me. He came to warn me about you, about the path you're starting to walk.
Mace Windu. I read about him. He was one of the most powerful Jedi in the archives. If he came to you, it must have been serious. The Force doesn't send its dead lightly. What did he say? What did he see?
He said you're too much like our father, that you carry his strength and his shadow, that if you're not careful, it could consume you like it did him. I didn't want to believe it. I still don't. But the fear I saw in Windu's eyes. Jedi don't fear easily, Luke.
Of me? He's afraid of me? Why? Because of who our father was? Because of the blood in my veins? I'm not the same man Anakin was. I didn't fall. I chose to stand. I reached for the light.
I know. You're not him. You saved him. You pulled him back from a place no one thought was possible. And I will never forget what that meant. For me. For him. But that doesn't mean the darkness is gone. It doesn't mean the story ends with you standing in the light forever.
But he did. I brought him back. I looked into the eyes of Darth Vader and found the man behind the mask. That matters, Leia. If he could come back from that darkness, then surely I can walk forward without ever touching it.
No one's asking you to stop being strong. But don't carry it alone. Don't think that because you saved Father once, it makes you invincible to everything that broke him. That kind of pressure, it can twist even the brightest heart. You need us, Luke. You need me.
No one truly knows me, Leia. Not even Mace Windu. But I know what I carry inside. I've touched the fire and not been consumed by it. I've stood in the shadow of the Emperor and felt the dark side reach for me. and I turned away. That should mean something.
I'm not afraid of the Force inside you. I'm afraid of what happens if you stop trusting the people who love you. Of what happens when your pride makes you blind. You think the Jedi fell because they weren't powerful enough? Number. They fell because they stopped listening. Because they thought they were above failure.
I'm not walking into this blind. I've seen what power does. I've felt how it tempts, how it whispers, how it promises peace in exchange for control. But I'm not going to repeat the past. I'm not going to become another Anakin.
You want to train a new generation of Jedi? Then be the kind of master who teaches them to question even their masters. Teach them to feel. Teach them to love. Don't build another temple on ashes and expect it not to burn. You're not rebuilding the Jedi, Luke. You're redefining them. That means you can't repeat their mistakes.
Train others? Of course I will. The Force didn't return balance just so we could hide from it. The Jedi must rise again. Not to rule, not to fight wars, but to protect, to guide, to heal. That's what Father was meant to be. That's what have to be.
Ben, he's not just a child of the Force. He's our son, mine and Han's. If you train him, if you guide him, you'll be shaping a legacy far greater than your own. So be careful with him. He won't just carry your power. He'll carry your pain if you're not careful.
You're right about one thing, though. I do feel something pulling at me. A weight. A responsibility I didn't ask for, but can't ignore. Maybe it's the light. Maybe it's the remnants of the dark trying to call me back. But I won't fall. I won't.
I know you mean well. You always have. You've saved so many lives, given so much of yourself. But even you, Luke Skywalker, you are still human, still fallible. If you ever find yourself drifting too far, promise me you'll let me bring you back. Promise me you won't shut me out.
Leia, I know what happened to Father terrifies you. It terrifies me. But I believe we can be more than what came before. I believe in second chances. I believe the Force brought us here. Me, you, Han, for a reason. Maybe it's to finish what the Jedi couldn't.
Then let's face this next chapter, together. No more secrets. No more silence. The Force brought us back into the same fight for a reason. And I won't let us walk separate paths again. Not when the fate of the galaxy may still rest on your shoulders.
I promise. I won't try to carry it all alone. I won't shut you out. If I ever start slipping, if I ever stop listening to the light, then you remind me who I am, who we are.